Yeah, I don't get it. Getting run to the free throw attempt after a jump-in punch, I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I hate it. But I could see the point or the counterpoint behind it. I get the logic of it. This dash change is just baffling.
Yeah.
I've heard a theory that it was an accident and they didn't know about it, but like, I can't imagine that's true.
I really hope not.
Yeah,
Because we're all in a lot of trouble if it was an accident.
I can't see how that would be true, but I don't know.
Wow. Now, you play online and you go to a lot of tournaments.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the offline versus the online scene?
Well, it's a totally different game. Online is worse than people think. People fool themselves into thinking that it's not that bad, and the reality is it is that bad. When I come home from a tournament, I just about want to kill myself when I have to start playing online again. I mean, it's
Does it
everything about the game is different.
does it completely change your strategy when you play online as opposed to offline?
That's an exaggeration, but like let me give you an example. If I see a jump in, I can let go a block, hit standing 2 into a fan, into a standing 2, into a fan lift, into a combo. And online, it's hell to do this. Either I flat out can't do it, or I have to sit there and predict the jump about 20 years in advance.
Right.
And this changes everything. If I can't count on being able to knock someone out of the air, I have to stand there and either let go a block early or give up entirely. And they get free jump-ins. Or if they're not getting free jump-ins, they're able to just walk in for free. Or they're able to do whatever they want for free because I'm sitting there waiting for the jump-in, when normally I could play my game and then punish the jump-in if I see it, instead of having to focus on taking care of the jump-in, which opens them up for whatever they want to do.
Right.
You know, like if you play an Ermac player, they'll do the force push, and it forces you to block. And offline, if they do a jump-in, I can let go a block, and I can punish the jump-in. Online, I have to respect the force push, so I'm sitting there blocking constantly, and that means they get free jump-ins. So that makes Ermac significantly better. I would never have to deal with that offline, and it's bullshit.
Right.
Or you look at pressure. Johnny Cage's frame traps, Liu Kang's frame traps. This stuff is bullshit online. Like Johnny Cage having frames off a blocked down 3, having frames off a blocked forward 3-3, having frames off a blocked forward 3-2. This stuff is bullshit. These are not real frame traps, and I don't think I've ever played a Johnny Cage that doesn't do that. Or, 2-1 into 2-1-2. Bullshit. Those moves are not plus on block. Or Liu Kang's forward 1 and 2. That is not plus frames on blocked forward 1-2 into down 3. Get the fuck out of here, man.
So offline, a simple, down 3 at the right moment, and you'd be out of there. But online, it just doesn't come out in time.
Online doesn't come out in time, so then you have to block. Like, let's say Liu Kang goes forward 1 and 2. If I can't poke out of it, I'm down 3, now he has frames. Or if I block low, he has his overhead, now he has frames. His pressure is much, much better online.
Yeah.
And I honestly think the only reason people don't complain more about this is because they simply don't know. I bet the majority of the community thinks this stuff is legitimate. I don't think these Liu Kang players understand that they're using lag strike. No one knows the frame data.
Yeah, no one knows.
Right, so they see these frame traps, this pressure, and they're like, oh my god, and it's unbelievable. But like, the thing about Johnny Cage is his pressure is actually legitimately so ridiculous that it's kind of believable.
Yeah.
You could kind of see that.
So, would you say a good online player deserves respect in the tournament scene?
In the tournament scene, if they deliver in a tournament, yes. If not, they're irrelevant. And people are going to be mad at me for saying that. But the tournament is the big show. The tournament's the championship. The tournament's where you go to perform. That's where you get credit. And if you're very good online, or if you're very good offline and you don't come to tournaments, then you are simply not relevant.
Right. So you got.
I might respect you as a player. I might be able to tell you're good. I can tell Boys is a smart player. But he is not showing up I wish he would, but he's not showing up in tournaments. So if someone asked me who the best players were, unfortunately, he would not make my list. You need to show up. And it's not about online, it's about showing up. I would say the same thing to offline players that don't show up.
Right.
You gotta show up.
So, if you want to
Excuse me,
make... Go ahead.
I think kind of this false war, too, where people are like, oh, we don't get respect. If you show up and you deliver, I will absolutely... Everybody, Mr. Molina, Shujinki Jink, no one was not giving them their props. They showed up and they delivered, and everyone was like, damn, you guys are awesome. I mean, if you look at those guys, what they were saying on the forums, how much fun they had, you can see. It's not like that. It's not like if you show up, we're going to be like, Online Warrior, get the fuck out of here, and get our pitchforks out and chase them out. If you show up and you deliver, man, you are part of our club, I guess you could say. But as long as you're just online playing casuals, you might get respect for being good. We might know you're good, but you're not truly a player.
So you gotta make it to the tourneys.
Yeah, the tournament is what counts.
Well, I mean, Forever King was a online warrior, and I think he just placed second at a tournament. So.
Yeah, and that's great. I've played him online. I think he has potential. I think he could do... I told him that. You could probably do really well. He might do really well tonight at Seasons Beatings. And if he does, he will get all the props in the world.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And, you know, you hear the argument that I can't afford to travel. I hear that. I spend a fortune to travel to these tournaments. But ultimately, that's not our problem.
Like, how much did it cost you to go to this last tournament, if you don't mind?
It cost about $300 and something for the plane ticket and $300 and something for the hotel.
That's $600
Yes.
out of his wallet to go play in this tournament.
Absolutely worth it. I had a blast.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I understand that, you know, people are in school, people can't afford it. I understand that. That's unfortunate, but it's not our problem. You know, I'm not at Seasons Beatings this weekend, so, you know, whoever wins, I can't go, well, I would have won if I was there.
Right.
First off, I probably wouldn't, but secondly, I'm not there. You know, if you have to show up, and if you can't, that's unfortunate, but that's just too bad.
That's part of the part of the deal, I guess.
Right.
All right. What about Mortal Monday? Have you been watching that?
Yeah, like, I mean, that's just for fun.
Yeah.
I like the interviews.
Did you see my interview?
Yeah,
It's
I
the
saw you
best
called
one.
me out. I mean, I wasn't too happy about that.
Well, you know, it's just the way it goes.
You know, I think it's really interesting that you bragged about getting 2 wins in a row against me, and you kind of left out a detail. Would you like to share with people what the rest of the matches were like?
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's just move on to the next topic here.
Yeah, okay.
So, ketchup versus mustard was a great match. What did you think of it?
Those UK guys are trash. They're terrible.
Oh shit! The call out.
I haven't seen episode 3 yet.
Okay, but maybe we can get a UK versus US Mortal Monday future main event.
I will not be participating in it.